Picture the person in your office everyone secretly relies on. They reply to messages before you finish typing, they cover the shift nobody wants, they walk into a chaotic meeting, smile, and somehow make the work look easy. When you ask how they're doing, they say, "I'm fine," so smoothly you never think to ask again. But the person who looks the most put together is very often the one closest to falling apart. While most of us imagine burnout as a dramatic collapse, someone snapping or walking out, quiet burnout is different. It is a slow leak, not an explosion. External performance metrics remain steady. Deadlines are met and projects are launched, but underneath that output, the internal reserves are draining away day after day. No one notices until the tank is completely empty. This happens because most systems are designed to notice noise. A visible breakdown triggers a conversation, but a person who stays quiet and remains competent is simply filed under fine, even as their internal load becomes unmanageable. Using high performance as a proxy for well-being is one of the most significant mistakes a manager can make. You might think the people most at risk are the ones who are disengaged, quietly coasting and watching the clock, but the research points to a more unsettling reality. This chart plots a field study of 1,000 employees' engagement against burnout risk. A little engagement is protective, providing energy, but past a certain threshold, the relationship flips. Highly engaged employees reported job demands climbing continually over time. This is because managers naturally funnel the hardest, most critical tasks to the people most willing to carry them. Here, engagement acts as a magnet for overload, punishing the reliable worker with more work. The hunger to do good work becomes the mechanism that drives the eventual collapse. The strain has 3 dimensions: bone-deep exhaustion sleep won't fix, detached cynicism toward your colleagues, and feeling worse at your job. This is hidden through surface acting, manufacturing an emotion you don't actually feel. You might be furious or depleted, but you nod and smile during the stand-up anyway. In a study of over 1,000 nurses, this specific type of acting was strongly tied to presenteeism, showing up for work while your performance is significantly impaired by exhaustion. The researchers found that faking these emotions explained 86% of the connection between surface acting and showing up as a shell of yourself. The mask is not free. It is a heavy psychological debt that is eventually paid back with severe burnout. In 2019, the World Health Organization officially recognized the severity of this issue by updating its international classification of diseases. They defined burnout strictly as an occupational phenomenon, something that happens to people because of their work conditions, rather than a personal character flaw. This shift aligns with the canary in the coal mine analogy. When a canary collapses, you don't blame the bird for being weak, you realize the air in the mine is poisoned. The toxins in a workplace are specific: an unmanageable work overload, a lack of control over tasks, a breakdown of trust, and a sense of unfairness. Every one of these is a failure of the environment, not the individual. By this definition, quiet burnout is a signal about the conditions of the work. It shifts the focus from an individual's resilience to the health of the system they are working in. High performers often fall into an identity trap, where being dependable is how they feel secure. Admitting they are struggling feels like threatening the only thing that makes them valuable, so they keep the mask glued on even longer. To find them, watch for the subtle red flags: a person who was once energetic, now sitting quiet in meetings, or someone who starts eating completely alone and withdrawing from the small talk that used to be natural. The most useful intervention is to interrupt the silence. Ask a colleague, "How are you actually doing?" Adding that one word tells them the automatic "I'm fine" isn't required and gives them permission to set the mask down. Real well-being in the office starts when we stop mistaking a high-performance mask for a healthy state of mind.